it's time for me to give you a star. And I'm talking human stars, not the little sticky ones. It's stars amongst us who are future leaders. Hopefully with my party, the Americans for Minimal Government Party. But they're already stars because they're helping Connecticut right now. I will begin with the man that I wanted. This was my first choice for lieutenant governor. And he said no, and it's a shame because history could have been very different. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Booker. No, not Cory Booker. It's one Cicero Booker. He is wise. He is happy. He is an African American who is very content because he has reality and not feelings to guide him. I only met him 4 minutes before I decided this man is just, I wish he were my father. We spent a total of 40 minutes together. And you will hear from him the kind of wisdom that unfortunately the feel-good urban groups are not going to enunciate. Booker will say that having white teachers in schools that are predominantly black kids is fine. Okay? He doesn't need role models based on skin color. He needs good teachers, whatever their color. He grew up 1950s when the teaching mattered, not the race of the teacher. And Walter Williams and Thomas Sowell, they'll attest to the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we hurt African American kids when we are politically correct. Booker knows this. He'll also tell you, wisely, that numbers need to be looked through. Anecdotal evidence is better than numbers when it comes to, gee, why might there be some underrepresentation of blacks in a big corporation? Is it because they're discriminating against African Americans? It may be because African Americans don't want the jobs there. Reciprocally, and this is harder for a lot of blacks, but to note that the high percentage of blacks under incarceration, it might not be owing to judicial discrimination. It very well could be that blacks are committing a higher percentage of crime. It takes guts for an African American to point that out. And it takes guts to thus be, these days, a black conservative. It's why so many people that I admire and want to have serve with me are African Americans. They've got guts. Look to them. Look to us, the Americans for Minimal Government Party. You'll find an awful lot of stars. I'm Mark Greenstein.